If you want to know everything there is to know about ghost orbs and the video camera in Phasmophobia, stick around because this video is for you. If you're a beginner, if you're a level 1 and you're confused about all the ghost hunting gear, this is the channel for you, because I'm going to go piece of gear and piece of evidence at a time through all of them, and we're going to break it down for you to simplify it so you know exactly what you're doing when you enter Tanglewood, when you enter Ridgeview, when you enter the high school, all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you find that valuable. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment if you have a question. And most importantly, I appreciate you. And I hope to see you over on Twitch. Let's get to the video. Alright, so ghost orbs, what are they? They're these little spheres of orb light that just glide around. And how do you see them? With night vision on any camera. You can also see them from the monitor, which is hooked up to the cameras in the van. They are found on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ghosts right now, technically 10. So they will be evidence for one of these 9, or fake evidence for another one. We'll get to that later. But yeah, Mary, Yokai, Raiju, Banshee, Rev, Yuri, Hantu, Anryo, Obake. If you see ghost orbs, you're going to have one of these ghosts, or you're going to have a dirty, sneaky, vile mimic. The mimic has 4 evidences, and one of them is fake ghost orbs. You will always see ghost orbs for the mimic on Professional or Nightmare, but they're not real. They still have the other evidences. So if you see orbs, always test for mimic. Now, these monitors right here, you have the keyboard, which toggles night vision and regular vision. Night vision is how you see the orbs. That's gonna be the way you see it. And we're on a bigger map right now. This is the prison, and as you can see in the bottom right here, there's 12 different cameras in the prison that are just security cameras. You can cycle through them with the mouse. Now, as you add actual cameras from here into the map, it'll go from 12 to 13 to 14 to 15, so you can cycle through those cameras as well. And each time you cycle to a camera, for the first time, you have to turn on the night vision. So that's that. And yes, you can see orbs from the security footage if you have orbs in the ghost room. So when the match starts in the ghost room, the orbs spawn in, and you can sometimes see them from here. But it's best to go in. It's best to go in with an EMF first if you're playing solo. Figure out where the ghost room is, and then you take your video camera in and search. Or sometimes you can go EMF and video camera handheld, and once you know where the ghost room is, you can search for orbs right away if you so desire. Alright, before we go to a small map and show you how to set up the cameras on tripods and or anywhere else for view from the trailer, which isn't necessarily the best way to do it, by the way, but it's good to know. You have to understand how the orbs work. They will rotate throughout the ghost room. So if you see them in one spot, they can cycle to another spot. So if you have a camera set up, the orbs may very well move to another spot and you won't see them from that camera anymore. Or if the ghost decides to wander on Professional or Nightmare mode, which they can go to a different ghost room. The orbs will then travel to that room. Let's go in here and find where the ghost room is. We're going to walk in here with the EMF and find where the ghost room is. We may not get orbs this match, but I'll still be able to show you some footage of orbs if that's the case. But I'll show you what your general process should be with the camera. Give us a sign. Dorothy, where are you? Do something, Dorothy. Do something, Dorothy. I can smell you. As I've said in my other beginner's guides, you just about always hear the ghost before you see it. Give us a sign, Dorothy. Was that right here? Alright, EMF 2 right here. So now what we do, when you bring your camera out, it's on regular mode. Okay, you right click to turn on night vision mode. If you're in the trailer and wonder why the camera won't open, it's because it just closes automatically in the trailer. So you have to be outside the trailer for the camera to flip open. So we have our night vision on, so we can just scan around here. And it looks like there's no orbs in this room. In a small map like Tanglewood, it's good to check the surrounding rooms, just to be sure. He's in there throwing a lot of stuff. Alright, so I don't see any orbs. Was that an orb? There's an orb, baby! So here's an orb on Asylum. We found an orb. It's just floating like this, as you can see. Sometimes they float downward. Sometimes they move. We got freezing and orbs. Yeah. So there's what an orb looks like if you're curious on the handheld. This is why the handheld is best, because you can follow the orb and kind of look around in all the corners of the room. Because it's not always going to be in the direction that you face the camera. Actually, very rarely. You're going to need multiple tripod cameras set up to really feel comfortable if the orb is not in the room. If you wanted to set this up to see it from the trailer, yeah, you bring the camera over to something you can set it on, like a floor or a desk. You'll see the outline, just like you would with a dots projector or a book. And you hold left click as it spins around, and then you stop when it's angled to where you want it. Then you press that. And then you press F. And then you can come back to the trailer. And you can cycle through. As you see, we have it. Normally Tanglewood only has one camera, just stock. Since we put that camera in there, we now have two. Hit the mouse to cycle to it. It's already on night vision mode. And then you can just view that. A little outside the realm of the video is it's great to set up a camera like this in front of a dots projector so that you can see dots from the trailer. Especially if you haven't seen them all matched, because dots in particular are rare. Dots, not orbs. Whoa, he just moved that closet. Yeah, you might be able to just get a late dot reading before you leave when you're not sure what the last evidence is. Now, to get a camera on a tripod, pick up camera, come to tripod, place on tripod with F, pick up tripod, good to go. Now, you must have this camera right here in your carrying slot. If you try to cycle to something else, it will drop the camera and the tripod. So make sure you pick it up. You can always turn your flashlight on with T, on and off, as a secondary piece of equipment. Now, as you see, come out of the trailer, the camera flips open. Right click to night vision. You can night vision while you're walking. And then all you do to set up the tripod is you go in, preferably to the ghost room. Then you drop it. Dropped. So now camera is dropped there on tripod facing. Then we can go back to the trailer. And then we should have a third camera available. Boom. Switch to the third camera. That's the new angle on the tripod. There you go. That's how orbs work, everybody. I hope that helped. Yeah, make sure that if you have any questions about guides, you sub to this channel because I'm making guides on every piece of ghost equipment and ghost evidence. Just individually, just breaking them all down and giving you everything you need to know. Also, if you're new to Phasmophobia, I have a beginner's guide and a whole playlist for pro tips. So make sure you check that out. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. See you next time.